This is different when you haven't gone through flight training. You're on a plane. Pilot dies.
Yeah.
What if you?
How confident are you can bring it down without the training?
We need the full
Grand
scenario.
Grand Theft Auto. We need to walk through this.
No, like
Flight
you
attendant
finally
comes
decide
out.
to fly with me. No, we're going to start with a small
okay.
plane.
Well,
You finally decide to
small
fly
plane
with
ain't too
me,
easy.
and I die from one of these coincidences that is going around lately.
Yeah, just
Do
go
you
right.
have,
Just go right into the mic.
do you have
Right
the
in.
boosters? Do you have the boosters?
No. But let's say that I did, and I died from a coincidence.
Well,
a medical coincidence.
I see you running past my house every Sunday morning, and you're going pretty slow. So I think it probably wouldn't be a coincidence.
Slow.
You're just
Yeah,
out
that's
of
my
shape.
10th.
Pretty
That's my
slow.
10th mile, by the way.
I could drive 10 miles in like 2 minutes.
That is true.
I don't want to hear that. If Scott died and I was in the 150, two things immediately pop in my head. Call Bob and try to land it,
Yeah.
or get it to go really slow in like 5 feet of water and jump out.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe I'll push Scott out too. In
That'd
case he was
probably
just
be-
out and not dead.
I never even thought about that. That might be.
Might not be a bad idea. Just
If you get that.
fly over the water,
Lakefront.
If you get that
full
thing
flaps
trimmed
in.
good at like
and just
Right
hold it
above
off,
Lake
just
Erie,
hold it off as long
at
as
like
you can.
60 knots, you're not going to stall it.
No,
You can fly that.
just let
get
it settle. Just let
Yeah.
it. Just keep pulling back until it.
Yeah, chop the power, like, and keep pulling back until it like is doing stuff you don't want it to do, and then jump.
I wouldn't jump.
I
I'd
would
just stay
probably
in
jump.
I've hit the water.
I'm big. I would smack my head against everything and drown.
it. I wouldn't jump.
I've
You
hit
would not jump.
No.
I've hit the water like
By the
It
time
would
you
be
get
so-
out of the plane, like you're probably gonna get hit by something. Like
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean I've hit water at 70 mile an hour before, and it hurts, but
even
it's
tubing,
survivable.
you know,
Yeah.
Or you could
Not
find
70
like
for me, but
find like a giant field. Don't use corn, obviously,
Why
but
not? Why not use
corn
corn?
would slow you down.
I want
well,
corn.
actually,
Yeah.
yeah, you're right. Don't use like
Oh, use
don't
anything.
use a chisel plowed field.
Why not?
Oh, you would flip.
You'd flip.
You would,
Why?
yeah.
Oh,
you'd
yeah.
flip. You'd
Unless
flip,
you're
yeah.
right in line with the grooves.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll be
you
all
ever,
right.
You ever drive through a chisel plowed field? It's not smooth. Uncle, have you ever driven through a chisel plowed field?
You know, one time I did. I was in your brother's truck. We were all in it. It was late.
were you there?
I was probably in it.
I had
Probably.
just hit a building with the plow, and
I was there.
We were like,
I was really tired.
I was really tired.
We decided to go fielding, and I pulled into the wrong field at 60.
yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, everything worked.
I remember
Didn't
that.
flip.
There was
everything was fine.
well, the people in the truck bed were not
And the
fine.
people in the bed.
There was people
They
in the
didn't-
truck
they
bed.
didn't like it.
They did
but-
not
No,
enjoy
yeah.
that
No.
at all.
I'm not sure if they knew it was going to happen.
No, I don't think any. If I recall, I don't think anybody knew it was going to happen.
I don't know if I did.
Okay.
So how deep are the furrows on a chisel plowed field?
Oh,
They
they're-
can be pretty deep,
How deep is
Like a
pretty
foot
like a foot yeah.
at least.
Yeah, like a
It'll catch a
150.
tire.
If that nose wheel hits a, if
Well,
you're-
the nose wheel shouldn't hit.
even
That's
if
why
the,
you
yeah,
can't
but
drive.
the
as-
main,
If the main-
main's hit, it's
What's
going
that
to push
do?
the nose
It's
wheel
gonna
right to
flip
the
it
ground.
right forward,
That's
and
fine.
As soon
Why
as
is that a
it
problem?
catches the backs, you're going to smack the front end, and then it's going to.
you're rolling
want to.
immediately.
Because I don't want him to bust up my plane. Because if they fix the medical coincidence, I'd rather just have my plane back.
Well, ideally you land with the furrows, right? I mean, that's like
Yeah,
the
you don't
try
wanna-
spot.
yeah,
I don't
against
know
them,
how
but-
that would work. It might be actually fine. You might get in a groove. And
But
like, you're gonna-
anyway, we're like getting it off topic here. Like, why don't we just find a field that's not plowed? Okay, because he could do that. He's flying
What
around.
if it's winter though?
He's GTA
It's winter.
yeah, I can.
approved, so you could
fly it a
fly
little bit.
around, fly a little south of the turnpike. There's giant fields down there. Just
I don't
pick.
go south of the turnpike.
Not even
Well,
for
yeah,
life saving.
I wouldn't want to crash down there because you don't know what's going to happen. But find a big ass field, just
Smoothly
So
bring her
hold
down.
on. What if the wind? So I'm playing the wind. It's like 50 knots out of the north. and
yeah.
it's
He's not
plowed
gonna
east-west.
know the wind though. He's just gonna find a field.
Okay.
Do you think? Do
That's
you
true.
think you'd be able to in that? You're obviously not thinking straight at this point. Your pilot just died, and you may be next. Like
No, he suffered a medical coincidence.
Yeah.
he suffered a medical
The odds of
coincidence.
us both suffering medical coincidences in the same flight, we're pretty good.
Yeah.
No, I mean but yeah, you're going you got to get this thing on the ground. You only got so much fuel. You could probably fly it for a little bit, no problem, up in the air. But
Fly
it's
around Cedar Point.
it's
wave
the
it,
Yeah, he'd
it's
probably
the
just,
landing thing.
We'll probably have fun for a while.
What about the
push Scott out at
You're
Cedar
like,
Point.
well, there's a decent there's a
hilarious when a dead body lands there.
there's a decent chance I may die, so I'm gonna try to have an hour of fun here because
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
fuel.
What if the
would-
engine
right.
fails, though, or like that you're out of like
You have 10 minutes of fuel left.
yeah, or something. Yeah.
5
Yeah,
minutes.
you got to go.
But why would I be flying around with 5 minutes of fuel left? And he
Because
wouldn't
you're
know
you.
how much fuel is left.
Yeah, but you would be flying around with 5 minutes of fuel left.
No,
Yeah, you're right, I wouldn't.
I'm kind of paranoid in my old age. Like I do things. I'm
A little
By
different.
the
Yeah.
book now.
Yeah.
By the book.
I wouldn't say by the book, but I'm a little bit cautious.
Yeah.
I'm very cautious,
the
actually.
book calls Scott a pussy now.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
Scott.
Like my
it's like you're allowed to do way more than that.
my 10-year ago self calls me a pussy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he probably beats me up
I
sometimes.
think all of ours
all of
do.
our 10-year-old goes self.
Yeah.
I think of that anytime I go out drinking. I'm like, I don't really want to.
I know. That's how I
Anymore.
am. It's like I don't really want to drink.
So you guys are messaging me. I'm like, I'd rather just hang out at home by myself.
Yeah, right, that's how I feel.
I guess I'll come here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a mile down the road. It's
Okay. So yeah, that's a decent. I didn't even think of that. The lake, but
yeah. I would go for the lake first, second.
What if it's winter time? No lake option, because then
What are
you're
you
dead.
talking about? If it's frozen,
oh, if it's
Yeah,
frozen,
even if it's cold,
Alright, if
even
it's
if it's like right now when it's not frozen,
I
you're
grew
not
up-
gonna do good.
I grew up in Huron, so I'm used to the cold lake. I go swimming in it every winter. When I
Yeah,
was 10, I did it once. No, you're right. I wouldn't want to get cold. I would rather, to avoid getting that cold, I would probably crash it into something else.
yeah,
Uh,
like a billboard.
like a field.
after thinking about this for 5 minutes,
I wouldn't go for a billboard.
would-
That's like a really bad. Where did
Yeah,
that
why'd
come
you aim for a
from?
building?
I would probably go try to crash it next to a hospital.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Well,
Like-
it's
Next
not-
level.
First thought, it wasn't what I thought. But now, after thinking about it 5 minutes, I'm like, what's around Firelands? Maybe south of the Turnpike. Philly works
250?
it.
what's that?
Norwalk.
Yeah, what's the one down there? There's probably fuel.
There's
around
got to be
there.
fields there.
Yeah.
Philly's probably there. He's really
Philly would
great
save
doctor.
you, give you mouth to mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if I was dead.
If I passed out in the plane, would you try to resuscitate me?
I probably, I don't know.
Yelling
I
at
don't
you
know.
very loud.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Beat my head against the window.
Yeah, I would try to wake you up, but I don't think
Yeah.
I could try to do CPR while flying a plane that I've never done before.
Yeah.
yeah, if you had to try to bring in a runway, what would be your inclination? Let's say you're having to land it at a runway for
So-
some reason.
Like, what would be?
No, you're going for 250. Let's say the traffic's not that bad, so you pick 250 by Firelands Hospital.
Okay.
Terrible idea, but anyway.
Yeah, those stoplights and cords and shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you were a pilot.
Route 2.
Route 2 is not a bad idea.
We're going into Route 2.
Yeah.
That would be, I feel like, my
Yeah, you can
option.
go for
Better
Route
than
2. Route 2 right by Route 4. That way they could get you right to the
Straight to the
straight
hospital.
to the
Perfect.
hospital.
Yeah, and then try to come right over that
I'll
bridge
even-
so that you got a
I'll pull
long
up.
time until you hit another bridge.
Yeah.
I'll pull up the exit ramp with that thing.
Just
Okay.
drive it to the hospital if you don't crash it,
Yeah, good.
because then they could treat you for your PTSD.
I'm
Have
trying.
treatment for that.
I'm trying to walk the like if you chop the
So-
power and you're just coming in and you get low to the ground with some speed. If you have a long Route 2 before you hit a bridge or like something, if you just try to hold that off right off the ground, like
Which is difficult.
I guess it's difficult if you're not a pilot. But I'm like,
Yeah,
Never
but he's
being in
kinda-
one
just
of these
hold it
before.
right
pilot.
off, and then eventually the airspeed will bleed off since you have no power in. It'll eventually
Well,
settle.
first of all, if I pass out, the autopilot is the big red knob. Just pull that back.
It does not have autopilot, does it?
All this time you didn't know.
I just said that then. Yeah, we're solid.
That's the Garmin Autoland feature.
Yeah.
The red knob.
Big
is
red
pulling-
knob.
Yeah.
It'll force you to land it.
So
It's the mixture.
If you're too afraid to land it, just pull the autopilot and it'll land it for you. It's the big red knob.
if this were to actually happen, I probably know more than the regular person about planes, but I also don't know shit. So I would try to figure out what the flaps were. I'd try to figure out the throttle and the brakes and try to work those
Yeah.
low to
You
the
get
ground
your phone
and see
out
what
and Google like how to land a
you
150.
probably could
Yeah.
YouTube it.
Yeah,
You
don't-
joke, you probably
If we were making a Far Aim podcast YouTube
feel
channel,
like-
which we're starting this year, how would we even walk someone through how to land a 150?
Well, you go up, you kill Scott, and then you
Yeah.
pilot it down.
Yeah.
Demonstrate it.
We should try.
step-
We should try this in real life. We should try this in real life.
So instead of having Bob pilot it down, because he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I'll pass
You and
out.
me.
Yeah, but I won't really be passed out, and I'll just wait till like the last second, and I'll be like, "Oh shit!"
We might need a
You don't have
CFI
to.
to actually be there who knows how to recover from crazy student stuff at the last second. Lee might have to do this.
Where is Ryan Eckel, by the way?
He's gone.
Be here any minute.
If you
Okay.
can get me up there, you'd have to get me like blacked out.
Yeah.
And at that
That'll
point-
help.
and
That'll
at
help.
that point,
everything.
then
I
you'd
would be
land it
like,
fine.
Oh, yeah, like
That's
I'd
right.
be coming in
Yeah.
trying to do crazy stuff.
Yeah.